What is a small injury, but hurts a lot? Gout. If you know you know. I have been cut, burned, thrown downstairs, fallen downstairs, broken plenty of bones, fallen into barbed wire, into cactuses, stung by bees and wasps, stepped on nails, been hit in the head with a baseball bat. All of that is child's play compared to gout. It's relentless like a toothache but turned up from a 7 to a 35/10. I hope none of you ever experience it. Any kind of corneal injury. Even small corneal abrasions. I've had a number over the years and they are excruciating. I had my cornea chopped off by a tree branch a few years ago and there has been nothing even remotely comparable to that level of pain. They put stem cells under a contact membrane to heal it and it literally worked perfectly. I have a normal eyeball nowadays. I was recovering from a sinus infection and had to catch a cross-country flight. Everything was going fine until we started to descend and the pressure change caused the most excruciating headache I've ever experienced. My vision blurred and I was brought to tears. The pain was so sharp it felt like a piece of metal shrapnel was trying to escape my nose through my forehead. Wasp or bee stings. I was recently rehanging my gutters, they basically just need replaced, and a bunch of wasps and hornets decided it was time to fuck with me on the ladder. After nearly falling off I was stung on the bottom of my arm, for the first time in years. My arm has a huge bruise and it's hard for me to bruise, and its stung throbbed for 12 hours. Stubbing your toe. One of Mark Lawrence's Broken Empire trilogy has a really good paragraph about how stubbing one's toe is the worst kind of pain, and it's all the better for that paragraph being an almost random tangent to the rest of the scene. Just like how stubbing your toe in real life is a random, painful tangent to the rest of your day. Got a little piece of metal in my toe the other day, it was in the right place I guess cause I could not walk, put any weight on it, horrible pain. Limped to my wife and she removed it with tweezers, it was tiny, not even bleeding after she removed it. Pain was gone right away, but it really was the worst ever. Kidney stones just as they start moving. Not an injury but like giving birth. Whacking your shin really hard on something. I slammed my shin on the edge of a wood platform while running and jumping up on it. Happened 35 years ago and I still cringe when I think about it. And the bruise, standing upright and immediately smacking your head on the corner of an open cabinet door, other similar hazards you were aware of was there, but momentarily forgot about. The immediate and unexpected pain, coupled with confusion and then rage, makes it all hurt that much more. Getting up after sitting on leather when it's hot and wearing shorts. Sneezing and biting your tongue. Blisters on your feet from new shoes. Getting a sore under your tongue from coughing hard repeatedly. Acid reflux. Snagging a dangling earring on anything involving that space right under the tips of your fingernails. I grabbed a metal comb off the table the other day and one of the teeth poked right into that space. It was just for a second but it has made that entire finger useless ever since. Had a bruise on my heel. Couldn't walk for 2 weeks and major pain after that for about 2 months. Took about 3 months to completely be back to jogging. It was nothing but a bruise but I thought it was broken. As a medical professional, getting stuck by a used needle accidentally. Tons of time, paperwork and tests have to be done to make sure it doesn't happen again and that nothing was transmitted through the blood. Back in the day 70s my grandfather decided he no longer wanted his tattoo. Instead of going to a doctor, he used sandpaper to rub out his tattoo. It wasn't very big, but that had to hurt like hell. The two I think of are the small cuts you get on your hand that you find after putting on hand sanitizer, and accidentally hitting your elbow the wrong way on the corner of a table. Back pain is debilitating. Can't get in or out of a chair or bed. Then 5 days later all better. Honorable mention a 2 seconds oven burn leaving a blister. Plantar fasciitis OMG, feels like someone is stabbing your heel with a knife every time you stand, and start to walk. Takes weeks to go away. Ouch! Currently have a small cut on the pad of my thumb that I cannot get to heal. It hurts and it splits every time I use my thumb. Band-aids do not help. When your lying cheating narcissistic GF has sexy time an hour after meeting a Yankees player at a bar. Or someone flicking a guy in the nuts. I got a splinter under my fingernail once. That was awful. Stubbing your toe of course. I'm kneeling on something small but hard. Pulling a hangnail. What's that little animation where it feels like the whole body just got stripped of a piece of skin strip? Someone that had a picture of getting stung by a puss caterpillar. That shit just hurts, just pure hurt with few small marks. When you are in the middle of the sexual act, the thing slips and goes into the wrong hole. You go from heaven to hell. An ear infection is truly garbage. I'm a 32-year-old man with a double ear infection and I don't know how little kids do it. Every time my dog gets too excited and runs over my barefoot toes specifically with his nails. Mother of God, the pain, sad face when your calf cramps up. I've screamed, cried so hard and loud during the middle of the night when it's happened to me. Cutting your finger or toenails too short. My God, I'm sitting here in agony with my steel-toed boots on and a sore toe. Don't know if it's an injury because it's technically self-inflicted, but getting an IUD removed or placed is terrible. If something pushes itself under your fingernails. Like if you want something from your pocket and it does this. I accidentally scratched my cornea last night and you can even really see it, but the pain is definitely there. Canker are painful anywhere in the mouth, but I had one on the tip of my tongue once and oh, boy. Mouth ulcers, canker sores. I have pretty good oral hygiene, but it doesn't make a difference. Fuck genetics. Stub toes, biting the inside of your mouth, paper cuts, pimples and noses, stepping down on a sharp rock. This isn't really an injury, but stepping on a Lego or the edge of the Lego can really quite hurt the foot. Waving to someone you thought was waving to you but they were actually waving to the person behind you. Not sure if this qualifies as an injury, but pimple in nostril or ear can fuck right the hell off. Continuous cough. For the most part, there isn't much damage, but after doing it for a while. Twice in the last week, reach quickly into dishwasher, hit fork pointy side up under fingernail, a paper cut. It's on areas that you constantly use in soap and hot water on the cut stings. Canker sore on the side of the tongue. Totally different ball game from one on the lip cheek. When you rip that little bit of skin off that grows next to your nails. That shit stings. 100 breaking a toe. They never heal, just transition to a permanent click on warm days. Waking up in the middle of the night with a leg cramp. Minor yet very close to death. A broken heart. So small you cannot see it, but big enough it dominates everything. Breaking your thumb and the doctor using just a pin and some pressure to reset it. Sinus infection. Can feel all the pressure right under my eye and I'm dying. Having the tiniest of wounds on your lady parts and then going to the bathroom. Hitting your knee on a table. The pain crescendo is real and then it goes away. Road rash. Even a small scraped spot hurts like hell and takes forever to heal. Toothache. Very small, but some of the worst pain I've experienced in my life. Kidney stones count? Definitely cause injuries but can be grain of sand size. When I cut the skin under my fingernail. Like cutting nails to clothes. Bruised ribs, ingrown nails, especially toenails. Edit spelling. Sore hair when you've had it tied up all day then let it down. Shampoo in the eye. Bonus points if it's anti-dandruff shampoo. Paper cuts can be notoriously painful for such a tiny wound. You ever have a corn kernel stuck somewhere in your mouth? Wood splinter in your fingertips? All the time at my job. Blister on your heel, right where the shoe or boot rubs. That little piece of skin near the nail after pulling it. This place is basically the Family Feud research corner. That small skin peeled off just beside one of the nails. Accidentally chomping down on the inside of your cheek. My dog getting up and leaving after I sit down by him. I'd give it's technically an injury, but sore throats. Hitting your shin on something like a trailer hitch.